Hi everyone, Dan from On1 here. I wanted to take this opportunity to show you the new lens flare filter inside of Perfect Effects. The lens flare filter allows you to add a realistic lens flare or sunspot, as well as add a vintage color style, increase the vibrance, and fade the shadows. It lets you take an image shot late in the day and make it look like it was shot at sunset. Let me show you how it works. At the top there's a style pop-up where you can pick between either a lens flare or a sunspot. I'll show you how to use both. Let's start with the lens flare option. Below that you see two tools, one for setting the light source position and one for setting the camera position. This will change the position and the shape of what the lens flare looks like. Start with setting the light source. Click it on and then click on where your light source is in the image. Here's a tip. If you want to set your light source outside of the image, you can do that. Just zoom your preview down small enough and you could actually put the sun outside the image. You could also move the camera outside the image as well. In this case, the brightest light source is right behind your elbow. Then click on the camera position and now click and you can pick where you want the camera position to be. You notice if you click and hold, the preview actually changes in real time as you move around. So you can create just the shape of lens flare that you want. And you can again move your mouse outside of the preview to change its size and its shape. Don't let yourself be bound by the edge of the preview. So I'm going to go for something kind of like this, just where I have a nice bright spot right underneath her elbow. You can then use the amount and the size slider to control the amount or the prevalence of the lens flare and also its size, so you can make it bigger or smaller. So you can really adjust it just the way you want. There's also an option to turn off the glare rings as well. So if you don't want to see that cyan on the other little ring, you can turn those on or off. I'm going to turn them off in this case. Then you have some global options to adjust the image underneath. You can add a vintage color style. In this case, I'm going to add a little bit of that vintage yellow. You can increase the vibrance if you want to. You can also fade the shadows, which takes the black point and brings them up and gives it more of a soft faded look. And the blooming slider will take the brightest highlights in the image and will make them even brighter and flare out more. So it looks like it's late day sun. So you can dial in just the amount you like that. Let's take a look at a before and after. There's before and there's after, just using a little bit of that lens flare filter. And here's an example of using the sunspot style on a landscape image. A lot of times in your landscapes, you'll get a little bit of sun either poking through the trees or right on the horizon when you shoot a sunset. And sometimes you want to be able to enhance this, especially if the sun has slipped away and it's just after sunset and you missed it and you wanted to have the sun on your horizon. So using the sunspot option gives you that ability. Just click on the centering tool, click on where your light source is, in this case right up here in the sky, and then adjust the amount to enhance just that sunspot. You can see as the amount comes up, it brightens that sunspot, and by changing the rays slider, you can control how strong the light rays are that emanate out of that spot, just like that. So you can really enhance and create your own sunspots using the new lens flare filter. Thanks for watching.